I command you to open your heart right now. For the truth that has been hidden for too long is about to be brought into the light. And I do not want you to continue carrying that burden in silence anymore. My beloved child, I am not calling you into this moment to plant suspicion within you, nor do I want you to live in fear or look at everyone with guarded eyes. I am calling you because I am your merciful Father, the one who has seen what you cannot see, heard what you were not allowed to hear, and known clearly the quiet pressures that have been wearing down your heart day by day. There are burdens you have carried for so long that you have begun to think they are a normal part of your life. But I say to you today, what has been robbing you of peace will not remain hidden in darkness forever. My light is drawing near, not to throw you into confusion, but to deliver you from the uncertainty that has caused you pain for far too long. You have felt that something was not right, even though you did not always know how to name it. There were days when you woke up with pressure on your chest, a weariness that did not come only from work, a heaviness that could not be explained by ordinary matters. You wondered whether you were overthinking, whether you were too sensitive, whether everything was truly as serious as your heart was sensing. But my beloved child, I have seen the sincerity in those questions. I know you do not want to condemn anyone, do not want to suspect anyone. We do not want to turn your heart into a place filled with bitterness, because you have tried to keep your heart pure. I draw even closer to give you discernment, so you do not have to keep living between what is false and what is true without knowing which is which. There are people who enter your life with a gentle smile, but not every smile carries peace. There are words that sound caring, but underneath them, they sow unease. There are presences that drain your strength, though you do not understand why. There are relationships that, after every encounter, do not lift your heart, but cause it to sink. Do not bring light, but add confusion. Do not encourage you, but make you feel small, weak, and full of doubt. I am not saying this so you will nurture anger. I am saying it so you will open your eyes in wisdom. Love does not mean you must allow everyone to enter the sacred places of your life. Kindness does not mean you must continue enduring harm in silence. Forgiveness does not require you to hand the key to someone who is still trying to break your peace. I am the one who sees through every mask. People may look at the outside, listen to words, and be persuaded by a gentle appearance. But I see motives. I know who comes to lift you up and who comes to weaken you. I know who sincerely wishes good for you and who only stands near to see whether you will stumble. I know the words spoken behind your back, the hidden thoughts, the quiet comparisons, the smiles that were not born from love. But hear me clearly. My revelation is not meant to make you harsh, but to make you free. When I remove falsehood, I do not want you to take revenge. I want you to step out from under its influence. When I show you the truth, I do not want you to drown in anger. I want you to rise in peace and know how to protect what I have placed within you. You have endured many things that others did not see. There were nights when you blamed yourself because you did not understand why your heart felt heavy. There were days when you felt your vitality being drained after conversations that seemed ordinary. There were times when you tried to explain to yourself that it was not a big deal. Yet, inside, you still heard a small voice reminding you to be more careful. That reminder was not meant to frighten you. It was wisdom being awakened by me. You do not have to hate anyone in order to step away from what hurts you. You do not have to expose everything publicly in order to be free. Many times, deliverance begins with a quiet decision to stop giving power to what has repeatedly stolen your peace. Before you were born, I already knew the seasons of trial you would pass through. I knew there would be people who would not understand the light within you, people who would feel uncomfortable with your growth, people who would smile in front of you while quietly burdening you through their words, attitude, or presence. But I still called you mine. I still placed a purpose upon you. I still covered you with care that no one can take away. You were not chosen because you would never be attacked, but because through it all, I gave you the ability to rise, discern, heal, and keep walking. What opposes you cannot erase the word I have spoken over you. What hurts you cannot define your future. What once tried to silence, you will not have the final voice. Today, I am placing clarity in your hands. The truth may come through a word being revealed, an action exposing its nature, an inner knowing becoming certain, or an event that causes you to understand what you have long suspected. But when it happens, remember to keep your heart in peace. Do not rush to react in anger. Do not allow the revelation of truth to turn you into someone you do not want to become. Come to me first. Let me teach you how to respond. There are times when you need to remain silent and withdraw. There are times when you need to establish boundaries. There are times when you need to speak a clear word without bitterness. There are times when you need to release a connection you once tried to keep out of compassion. I will show you what is right. As long as you do not let pain lead you instead of wisdom. My beloved child, I do not want you to keep living as though your peace is something everyone has the right to touch. The peace I give is a precious gift, and you are allowed to guard it. Your health, your joy, your focus, your prayer life, and the blessings I am building within you all need to be protected with watchfulness. Not everyone is allowed into the closest places of your life. Not everyone should know everything I am doing in you. Not everyone has the right to hear the dreams that are still beginning to grow. Some things must be kept in silence until they are strong enough to stand against the wind. I will teach you to distinguish between those who come to build with you and those who come only to shake the foundation. And no matter how the truth is revealed, do not forget that I do not leave you alone in that process. I do not simply show you what is wrong and then leave you to manage the pain by yourself. I will heal the wounded places. I will restore right trust within you. I will help you not to close your heart just because a few people failed to treat you with purity. I will teach you to love while still having boundaries, to forgive while still being wise, to be gentle while still being firm. You do not need to become hard in order to be safe. You only need to anchor your heart in me and let my light guide every step. Lift your head. My child, the days you endured in silence have not been forgotten. The words that hurt you have not been overlooked by me. The secrets that made you weary will no longer be allowed to rule in darkness. I am bringing the truth, not to shatter your life, but so that falsehood will no longer have the right to cling to your life. I am removing from your shoulders a burden that was never yours to carry. I am purifying the atmosphere around you. I am leading you out of connections that drain you and bringing you toward healthier ones, where you are respected, encouraged, and seen with sincere eyes. So remain still in me, and do not fear the revelation. When I lift the veil, I also open the way. When I show you the truth, I also give you strength to walk according to that truth. When I separate you from what has been wearing you down, I also prepare a more peaceful place for you to rest and grow. You are mine. Your name is held in my care. Your life does not belong to hateful words, does not belong to deception, does not belong to hands that want to pull you down. Your life belongs to light, to restoration, to the good purpose I have appointed. Trust me in this moment. My beloved child, the truth is about to be revealed. Peace is about to be restored, and you will walk out of the season of uncertainty with clearer eyes, a steadier heart, and deeper faith in the one who has never left you. This is not the time for you to bow your head before fear, but the time for you to stand up in faith and recognize that I am still holding all things. My beloved child, what people once intended to use to wound you, I will turn into a foundation that lifts you higher. The words once spoken to rob you of peace, I will turn into ground for your growth. The things they tried to take from your hands, I will restore in ways more generous than you ever imagined. What they broke in your life, I will not merely gather back together so you can barely move on. I will restore it with wisdom, mercy, and power that will make even you recognize that my hand never left you. You cried through long nights, when your pillow was soaked with tears and no one knew how heavy your heart had become. You tried to stay silent because you did not want to explain anymore. We did not want to be misunderstood again. We did not want to expose your pain to people who were not gentle enough to support you. But I saw every one of those tears. I saw when you turned your face into the darkness and asked why you had to endure for so long. I heard your sighs when your prayer could no longer form complete sentences. Not one of your tears has fallen in vain. Those tears are watering the seeds I quietly planted in your life. What you thought was only sorrow, I am turning into water for a new harvest. What you thought was only loss, I am using to soften the soil so life can rise again. So do not call yourself lonely anymore. You have not been abandoned in the middle of your battlefield. You are not weak simply because you have grown tired. You are not a failure simply because you have cried. You have not been forgotten simply because the answer has not come in the way you expected. I am walking beside you right now, closer than your emotions can recognize. I have sent sacred protection around you, so that what does not belong to my goodwill cannot freely touch your life. There are things that were blocked before you ever knew about them. There were malicious words that lost their strength before they reached your heart. There were evil plans that collapsed in the darkness because I built a wall of protection around you with the fire of holiness and mercy. No dark intention can overcome you when you remain under my covering. No harmful gaze can define your future. No betrayal can ruin what I have prepared. No curse from the past has the right to be stronger than the blessing I have placed upon your name. The things of darkness may try to threaten, may try to sow fear, may try to make you believe you are not safe, but I say to you that my boundary has been placed around your life. Evil does not have the final voice. Deception cannot sit forever on the throne of truth. Those who hurt you in secret will not be able to hide forever before my light. I know all things. I see all things. And I will deal with all things by my righteousness, not according to your impatience, but according to my perfect timing. I speak this to you with urgency, because you must not continue sleeping in old habits. Darkness hoped you would keep living in exhaustion. Keep bowing your head under shame. Keep treating attacks as normal. Keep blaming yourself for things that were not your fault. But now you are awakening. You are beginning to realize that not every burden belongs to you. You are beginning to understand that not every voice deserves to be heard. You are beginning to see that your peace must be protected like a sacred treasure. That very awakening is making you stronger. When you see what is truly happening, you are no longer easily pulled away by lies. When you stand firm in the light, darkness can no longer hide as it once did. That makes you dangerous to the things that want to keep you in chains. Not because you fight back with anger, but because you are beginning to live in truth. Not because you need revenge, but because you no longer bow before lies. Not because you think yourself higher than anyone, but because you remember that you belong to me. When one of my children awakens, even the things that once oppressed them must tremble, because the light within you does not come from your own strength. That light comes from me. The endurance within you comes from me. The courage rising within you comes from me. And what comes from me cannot be extinguished by darkness. That is why you have been targeted. Not because you are worthless, but because you carry something precious within you. Not because you are weak, but because what I placed in you has greater influence than you realize. Darkness does not waste its strength on what has no meaning. It tried to distract you because your focus can open new doors. It tried to frighten you because your faith can break old limitations. It tried to exhaust you because your perseverance will lead you to the place I promised. It tried to silence you because your testimony will lift up many others. But I have seen it all. And I say to you that those attacks cannot cancel the calling upon your life. They only prove that what I placed within you is worth protecting. You are anointed with my presence. You carry a mark that was not given by human hands, and therefore human hands cannot take it away. What I placed within you makes darkness afraid. Because you were not only called to survive, you were called to stand firm, to be restored, to shine, to become evidence that my mercy can lift a person from the lowest place into the land of peace. Do not underestimate your journey. Do not underestimate what you have overcome. Do not underestimate the tenderness that remains in you after being hurt so many times. That is a sign of grace. That is proof that I am still preserving your heart from being distorted by what it has endured. Therefore, rise in peace, not in panic. Lift your eyes, not to search for those who oppose you, but to see that I am with you. Keep walking, not with retaliation, but with trust that I know how to defend you. Let me handle what you cannot handle. Let me restore what you cannot restore by yourself. Let me turn tears into harvest, sorrow into wisdom, betrayal into discernment, and lonely nights into the place where you learn to hear my voice more clearly. This is not the time for fear. This is the time for you to remember who you are in me. You are loved, covered, protected, and prepared for a new season. What once wanted to bring you down will not prevail against my hand that is lifting you up. What once wanted to silence, you will not be able to stop the testimony being formed. And what once made you cry in the night will become radiant evidence that I was with you from the beginning, that I am with you today, and that I will continue leading you into the dawn of restoration. Now I am leading you into a season of clarity, where the fog that once covered your eyes must lift and the truth must step into the light. No more blurred spaces causing you to doubt what you sense. No more mixed voices making you waver between peace and unrest. No more pretending that everything is fine while inside you already know something is not right. I am lighting the lamp of truth, not to shame you, not to make you bitter, but to lift you out of the things that have quietly worn you down. There are things I allow you to see because it is time for you to stop walking with covered eyes. There are people whose nature I allow to be revealed because it is time for you to stop giving the keys of your life to hearts that do not truly protect you. My beloved child, clarity sometimes comes with pain, but that pain is not meant to destroy you. It is the necessary cut that separates you from what has clung to your peace for too long. I know you have a heart that wants to believe the good in others. I know you often try to explain their behavior with compassion. Try to overlook small signs because you do not want to think badly. Try to hold on to familiar connections because you fear losing what you have invested with affection and hope. But my child, kindness does not mean blindness. Forgiveness does not mean continuing to give authority to someone who has repeatedly wounded you. True love does not require you to lose your clarity. I am teaching you to distinguish between those sent to walk with you and those who merely stand near to observe your weaknesses. You cannot continue calling everyone a friend simply because they were once close to you. Not every closeness is a covenant of love. Not every smile comes from sincerity. Not every question of concern carries the intention to support. There are people who walk beside you but are not happy when you move forward. There are people who sit at the same table with you while quietly holding envy in their hearts. There are people who know your wounds not so they can pray for you to become stronger, but so they can use them to touch the tender places within you. I am not saying this so you will become suspicious of everyone, but so you will understand that wisdom is part of protection. You can love and still have boundaries. You can forgive and still walk away from what is toxic. You can keep your heart pure without continuing to place yourself where you will be wounded. The one who was once very close to you may be the very one who hurt you most. Because betrayal often does not come from afar. It comes through the place where you once opened your heart, through the person you once trusted, through the hand that once held yours but had no intention of walking with you toward life. I saw it before you realized it. I heard the words spoken in secret. I saw the intentions hidden beneath kindness. I saw how they stayed silent when they should have protected you. How they smiled when you grew weaker. How they skillfully sowed doubt so you would shrink yourself. But now, you will see clearly, not so you can retaliate, but so you can be free. Not so you can hate, but so you can step out of bondage. Not so you can collapse, but so you can rise with clearer eyes and a steadier heart. What has been hidden cannot remain forever in darkness once I have decided to bring the truth into the light. Quiet schemes cannot overcome my hand. Words spoken behind your back cannot erase what I have written over your life. The jealousy of others cannot stop the season I have prepared. Those who oppose you thought they still had plenty of time to continue manipulating, continue sowing confusion, continue making you doubt yourself. But they do not know that I have risen for you. They do not know that I can stop everything just to call you back into awareness. They do not know that one warning from me can break many plans that were secretly laid. They do not know that you have not been abandoned, not forgotten, not thrown into this battle alone. I am here, your Father, your protector, the shield that covers you, the mighty hand reaching out to pull you from danger before you step deeper into it. Let this truth bring you peace. I am not warning you too late. I am not coming after everything has already destroyed you. I am coming at the very moment you need to be awakened. Perhaps you have already felt it inside, a heaviness you could not explain, a sense that something was moving away from purity, an unease whenever a certain person's name appeared in your mind. You tried to ignore it, tried to rationalize it. We tried to blame yourself and say perhaps you were too sensitive. But I am confirming to you that not every feeling is imagination. Some feelings are bells I place in the heart to keep you from what is not good. This is your deliverance. But deliverance does not always come through a door opening ahead. Sometimes deliverance comes when a mask falls. Sometimes it comes through a conversation that exposes true intentions. Sometimes it comes through the sudden closing of a relationship you once tried to keep. Sometimes it comes when I remove the comfort from a place you once thought was safe. Do not resist deliverance simply because it does not look like the image you expected. I know you want peace, but true peace sometimes begins with truth. I know you want to be loved, but true love cannot grow in a place of lies. I know you want to keep everyone, but not everyone is allowed to go with you into the new season. This is also confirmation for you. What you have sensed is not meaningless. What you quietly noticed was not weakness. The tears you shed in confusion were not taken lightly by me. I was with you every time you wondered why you felt heavy around certain people, why your heart lost peace after certain conversations, why some closeness exhausted you instead of lifting you up. Now I am naming those things, not with harsh judgment, but with light. Light does not come to humiliate you. Light comes so you will no longer stumble in darkness. Light comes so you will know what needs to be released, what needs to be kept, what needs to be forgiven, and what needs to be left behind. Receive this moment with your whole heart, but do not receive it with panic. Receive it with watchfulness, humility, and a quiet decision that you will no longer betray your peace in order to please people who do not truly love you. Do not rush to say everything you know. Do not rush to confront when I have not told you to confront. Do not rush to explain yourself to people who only want to twist your words. Let me guide each step. There will be times when I tell you to be silent. There will be times when I tell you to leave. There will be times when I tell you to speak a clear word. There will be times when I close a door you do not have the strength to close. In all these things, I am still the one guarding you. You will rise from this season of clarity, not as someone bitter, but as someone free. You will no longer be imprisoned in the uncertainty of relationships that are half true and half false. You will no longer ask permission from people with impure hearts to enter what I have prepared. You will no longer shrink your light to soothe the insecurity of others. I am bringing you to a place where you can stand firm in truth and still keep a tender heart, where you can recognize betrayal without allowing resentment to rule, where you can let go without losing love, where you can walk away without needing to curse. That is the sign of maturity in me. So stand still and listen. My beloved child, the season of fog is ending. What needs to be revealed will be revealed. Those who need to leave will leave. What has confused your mind will be placed under the light, so you no longer have to live by guessing. I am pulling you away from danger with a hand that is strong yet full of tenderness. I am protecting you from things you do not yet have enough information to avoid. I am returning to you clarity, peace, and the right to walk without being manipulated by false hearts. Trust me in this exposure. Trust me in this separation. Trust me when I say that this is not your ending, but the moment you are lifted out of darkness and brought into the clarity, freedom, and light I prepared for you long ago. I am not only sending you a warning, I am opening a way of escape for you and placing strength in your hands so you can step out of the things that once bound you. My beloved child, understand that my word does not come to frighten you, but to awaken you. I am not only telling you what is happening, I am placing awareness within you so you no longer walk as one whose eyes are covered. Use what I have given you. Speak the truth in faith. Walk as one who knows you are covered. When I allow you to see something clearly, it is not so you will be confused, but so you will stand firm. Choose rightly, release rightly, and move forward in peace. Every closed door is not always rejection. Sometimes it is a protective fence I have raised to keep you from a path that is not meant for you. Every delayed answer does not mean I am silent. Sometimes I am preparing something more beautiful, deeper, and stronger than what you asked for. Every betrayal that wounds your heart is not the end, but maybe the way I cleanse the circle around you, separating you from those who only remain when you are weak, but become uncomfortable when you are lifted up. Where I am about to take you requires purity, loyalty, and sincere love. Not everyone can go with you into that season, and you do not need to grieve over that. Not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will rejoice when you stand up. Not everyone will clap when the light I placed within you begins to shine. But you do not live by their applause. You live by my approval. You do not need to chase recognition from those who once looked down on you. Because I have called your name, placed my hand upon you, and anointed your journey with holy purpose. When they wonder how you are still standing after the things they thought would make you fall, the answer will not be found in your retaliation, but in my faithfulness. You will shine brighter, not because you won through anger, but because you chose to trust me while your heart was hurting. You will be lifted up, not because you fought them with bitter words, but because you kept your heart from becoming like the thing that wounded you. I saw you remain silent when you could have answered back. I saw your humility when you had every reason to be angry. I saw you choose prayer instead of cursing. Choose to keep walking instead of turning back to fight in the mud. My child, my justice is not weak, nor is it delayed in the way you think. My justice is precise, pure, and misses nothing. Let me handle what is beyond your hands. Keep your heart clean. Do not fight the way they fought. Do not lower yourself to the place from which I have pulled you out. You belong to the light. You carry the dignity of one who is loved, and you are called to walk in nobility, not bitterness. Stand upright, but keep your heart tender. Be strong, but remain merciful. Remember that you are mine, and what I protect, no darkness can snatch from my hand.